Hello all, it's James Johnson aka Solve for Played. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my content, and welcome back to Football Coach College Dynasty. So we are in my 9th season as head coach. As a head coach, that is. With my second team in my second season with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Okay, we have just completed week 1. We beat Appalachian State 38-7. The game felt good. The running game felt good. It felt like our offense was capable of moving the ball. It felt like our running offense was capable of moving the ball. Defense is a little weaker this year. However, haven't noticed it because of the improvement on the offensive side of the field. And I think that while our defense may be slightly weaker this year, I think it might be it might fit our scheme better than it did last year. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the next game. Just gonna go through the checklist here, and we're going up against Purdue. Alright, so Purdue's a Big Ten team. Every Big Ten team should be, I guess, taken seriously. An 82-82 talent team would dominate, absolutely dominate the conference we just came from as head coach for Northern Illinois University. You know, 82-82 is even slightly higher than probably Miami, Ohio's typical talent level on the year, who is the main team you end up rivaling in that conference. But here in the Big Ten, 82-82 is considered one of the weaker teams. So even the weaker teams are a threat on game day. So with that being said, we have any visitors going on? It looks like Purdue does. Our matchup history, Purdue is so far winning this matchup. Was that last year? Okay, we're going to call heads. And we're going to defer to the second half. Playing ball. So it looks like it's a home game for Purdue. Second and 7, first and 10, first and 10, second and 10, third and 3, first and 10, second and 9, third and 9, fourth and 9, missed field goal. So we're up to bats. And we're punting. Punt, return, fumble. Oh, we've got great field position here. Let's go ahead and go to a run play. Alright, looks like we're kicking a field goal. So that great field position netted us 3 points, as we weren't able to really capitalize on it beyond that. Alright, it's first and 10, second and 10, third and 9, fourth and 3. Let's see if we can't get this offense going. A 46-yarder, you say? Well, let's give it a try. That's good. Okay, first and 10, first and 10. That'd be a touchdown for Purdue. I switched over to passing and it got us, well, it wasn't a good result. Let's just put it that way. Change play, inside run, up the gut, let's get some yards back, and kick the field goal. Third and 2, 4th and 5. We're punting. Third and 1. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 8. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal. Touchdown. Okay, there's a minute 20 seconds left in the half. Starting off with play action. We have 3 timeouts, so we will use the ground game. We'll go nowhere, evidently. Yeah, not going anywhere. Alright, 19 seconds left in the half. Okay. Here we go. Alright, good set of downs. Okay, we're up 16-14. It's 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 13, 4th and 13. Let's continue to keep the running game firing. Action. Touchdown. First and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 3, 4th and 3. Alright, let's keep running the ball. Ouch. Looks like we're punting. 10, 3rd and 9. The run game feels good though. 3rd and 1. We're switching up to the air, and that might have been a mistake. Alright, we'll punt. 2nd and 7, 1st and 10, 2nd and 13, 3rd and 8, 4th and 3. Play action. Yeah, run heavy. Just stick to it. Make them stop us on the ground. That should put this away. 2 minutes left. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 1st and 10. Interception. You know, we're not going to kneel on it. We're just going to run it right down the gut. And nothing. Okay. So 269 yards rushing, 182 yards passing. Time of possession in our favor. All in all, decent game. Purdue played hard. It wasn't that easy of a victory, actually. But again, being able to actually feel like we could rely on the run game seemed to make all the difference in that game, in my opinion. Tight end Lewis Lowery. Ouch, that's our primary tight end. Oh, that could be an injury that actually gives us a little bit of an injury. He can pull off the receiving back role. He's a solid blocker. So in tandem, these two can do what he can on his own. Now, I don't know about this guy. He's developing still. Nice way to put it, I suppose. I think we have to adjust the game plan because I think the tight end is indeed our third choice. So are we gonna start targeting Bunch, our running back, out of the backfield? I think so. Alright, let's sort by points ahead estimate. Alright, we can schedule this safety here. He wants to come to week 11. Okay. The kicker. Week 11, sure. Offensive lineman. Week 11. Cornerback. Week 11. Alright, next game is against Maryland. Similar to our last game, talent-wise. again. It's another Big Ten matchup. But hopefully it's another one that we can ink out a win. Well, playing 30% is... Well, if you're injured, you can't exactly play in any snaps. Am I gonna get dinged on this because he got injured? That would be really crappy. Let's see, what are we gonna do here? League news. Let's see what's going on elsewhere. Big Ten. Penn State wins in close game. So Penn State inked out a win over Nebraska. UCLA beat Michigan State. Ohio State beats Wisconsin. Okay, we don't have anyone on the watch list here. Big Ten power ranking. We're down here below Michigan, UCLA, USC, Penn State, Ohio State. That's fair. They have us ahead of Nebraska. Okay. I'm curious about Mid-America. So they're continuing the legacy over there. So yes, I built up Northern Illinois' prestige. And being that they have higher prestige, they're going to be able to recruit probably better players than the other teams here. So they even without me being there, Northern Illinois should continue to be a force over here. So it's going to be interesting to keep looking back to see if they slip at all, if they start to lose the edge that I created for them. Alright, back to the week dashboard. We are currently attempting to get our 4-game streak accomplished. So this is going to be hopefully the 3rd game of that 4-game streak. Here we go. Our offensive talent has slipped a little bit because of our tight end, I believe. We're still favored. But we still have the offense where we need it, and that's in the run game. Okay, Maryland wins the toss. Maryland has elected to defer to the second half. Here we go. Let's start off dominating on the run game. And then we switch it up to pass and we fail altogether. Okay, 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 12, 3rd and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 6. Field goal defense, 44-yarder. Missed field goal. Come on, offensive coordinator. 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 10, 4th and 10. We're seemingly having problems passing the ball, even in play action. 3rd and 20. Okay, punting. Let's stick to the ground game. No luck there. Field goal defense, 38-yarder. It's good. We're getting shut down here. All right. Getting some yardage. Play action, good. I like the play action. Too many play actions in a row. Let's go back to the ground. Got to keep them honest. And we've been halted. Well, we'll take the 3. Tie it up. 1 minute left in the half. And 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 17, 3rd and 17, end of the half. All right, low scoring affair here. Maryland's defense seems to be doing a good job against us. 3rd and 11. 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7, 4th and 4. Come on, let's get. Not getting the running game going. Punting. Turnover on downs. Play action. Run, play action, nothing going. Third and 5, 4th and 5. Okay, we're starting to win the battle of the punts. Now if we can just get a little bit of yardage here, get ourselves into at least a field goal position. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Run game is starting to move. Okay, we're in the end zone. Third and 10, 1st and 10. The clock ran out on the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 8, 4th and 8. Offensive coordinator wants to pass. Boy, you really want that play, don't you? Okay, we used that play 2 times in that set of 3 downs, and it got us nowhere all of those times. 3rd and 2, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 1. Field goal defense, 46-yarder, fairly long. Missed field goal. Okay. We got nowhere on that. Nowhere on that. Boy, these guys evidently must have one hell of a defense against the run. Okay. Punting. First and 10, second and 3. 10, first and 10, second and 8. Third and 13, fourth and 13. No, I want to run. We are gonna run this goddamn football. If it's the last thing we do, no play action changes, just run the damn ball. Run until their defense can't take it anymore. Just gonna bruise them to death. And I guess we're passing. Alright, back to the run. QB kneel? No, we are running the ball some more. No, we are running the ball even more. No. We're calling a timeout, and we're running damn football. Nope. We're calling another timeout. Fullback dive strong. Let's get a touchdown here. Excellent. Right, 16 seconds left. Interception. Now we'll kneel on it. Right, we got only 260 yards in that game. 194 of them were rushing the ball. I have to give it to Maryland's defense. They played really hard. Thankfully, Maryland didn't have an offense, so that worked out in our advantage. Alright, no more ugly injuries like that tight end injury we got last week. Okay. Alright, we can handle this, I think. The defensive lineman was injured. This guy here, 6-player rotation. Well, we'll just drop him out of the 6-player rotation. Yeah, he's normally number 6 in the 6-player rotation, evidently. So not a huge loss there. Miami, Ohio. Interesting game. Points ahead estimate. this should be a fairly easy game for us. Miami, Ohio is all good and great in their conference, but here in the Big Ten, they're an easy game. I will leave that be. Alright, what do we got going on here? Penn State's 2-1, 1-1 in conference. Ohio State's 3-0, 2-0 in conference. Michigan is 2-1, 2-0 in conference. We're 3-0, 2-0 in conference. Northwestern, interesting, is 3-0 and 2-0 in conference. UCLA 3-0, 2-0 in conference. Okay, Buckeyes beat the Trojans. Alabama over LSU. Anything going on here that for us? No. Badgers win by 10 at home. The Badgers beat Penn State. That's interesting. Gophers shut down the Terrapins. Defensive battle saw Minnesota defeat Maryland 17-3. The Golden Gophers passed for 66 yards and rushed for 197 more, and their defense held the Terrapins to just 2.8 rush yards per attempt. Minnesota moved to 3-0 and a number 17 ranking in the latest poll, while Maryland fell to 0-3. Northwestern outplays Rutgers. Undefeated teams clash in Minneapolis. The number 17 Golden Gophers take on the Redhawks this week in Minneapolis in a cross-conference matchup. The two teams are fairly even matched talent-wise, and the two teams have similar yards per game and point per game differentials. Minnesota has the third-ranked scoring defense, allowing just 8 points per game. All right. To go ahead and jump into that. So this is win for our 4 games in a row. So this is a fairly important game to accomplish that, because this is our best stretch to accomplish it. If we lose here, then we have to try to beat Nebraska, Northwestern, Michigan, and Illinois. Michigan is going to be tough. That would be our next 4-game stretch that we might be able to pull it off. After that, the final 4 games are going to be really rough. So this is our best opportunity right here. No visitors. Matchup history. We're leading it. Let's go ahead and start. Begin the coin toss. Heads is called. Heads it is. Miami wins. And they have elected to defer to the second half. Offensive coordinator wants to throw. We're going to let the OC have his way most of this game. As I think we're talented enough to be able to implement the offensive coordinator's game plan against Miami. Okay, 2nd and 4, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 5, 4th and 5, and around, works out. We went backwards on that pass play. We're punting. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 4, 4th and 7. Play action. What's going on here, guys? Safety. Okay, maybe I'm gonna have to do some more play calling. 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. Can we please establish a run game? Alright, it's better. Six. Ohio fumble. Nice. Touchdown. Alright. Let's make them pay for that safety. 1st and 10, 2nd and 11, 3rd and 7, 4th and 7. Field goal it is. 2nd and 12, 3rd and 12, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd 11, 3rd and 7, 4th and 12. Okay. Second and 5, 3rd and 3, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 1st and 10, 2nd and 14, 3rd and 13. Here we go. We're off to the races. Touchdown. Third and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd 11, 1st and 10, 2nd and 13, 3rd and 3, 4th and 8, 51-yarder. They made a 51-yarder. Impressive. 5-point stat line, that's not a score you see very often. 5 points. No, we're not going for a 54-yarder. We're going for a first down? Nah, let's punt it. and 11, 4th and 11. Let the clock run out. 212 yards rushing, 200 yards passing. Pretty balanced. Time of possession in our favor. And that's our 4-game win streak accomplished. So I kind of predicted we'd win the first 6 games of the year, and then we would have a hard time going 3-3 in the next 6 games. We've moved up to number 12, eh? I think we're overranked at this point. I like our team and all, but yeah, that's a little high. Come on, recruits, haven't you guys heard we're ranked like number 12 in the nation? You should be wanting to join us. Okay, running back. This is a guy we really don't need, but we're trying to get because we like the look of him. And this wide receiver is a guy we didn't need, but we went out and we're attempting to get him. I think we actually need this cornerback, and we actually need this tight end. Alright, Nebraska is ranked. Though Nebraska talent-wise isn't as strong as they've been in past years. We seriously have a good chance of beating Nebraska here. I think the scariest thing about Nebraska this year is the name, Nebraska. You think Nebraska football, you think scary, strong, old-fashioned defense and running, ground-pounding football. Nebraska is not going to be an easy game, even if it's not their best team of all time. But I have faith our squad can pull it out, and we can get a big win here in a battle of 2 ranked teams. This will be a good one. Okay, we don't need to adjust the depth chart or the game plan. We have the number 1 defense by points per game. Nice. Number 7 by yards. This is the one I value more, is the yards per game. Though that's a nice one to have. Okay, Penn State is 3-1. Ohio State's 4-0. We're 4-0. Really? Ohio State and us are the only 4-0 squads left in the Big Ten. All of a sudden, I feel weight on Minnesota's soldiers, or on Minnesota's shoulders, not soldiers, with that revelation that we are 4-0. No love here. No love in our conference. Nope. They're sticking us ahead of Michigan and UCLA. I think we're ahead of Nebraska. I think we're not quite ahead of Michigan and UCLA. We might be on par with Michigan. I don't know. We might be able to pull something out of our butt. We'll see. Minnesota hosts Nebraska. Number 12 Minnesota takes on number 24 Nebraska this week in Minneapolis. In a ranked matchup, the two teams are fairly evenly matched talent-wise, but Minnesota has the statistical edge this season. Minnesota has the first-ranked scoring defense, allowing just 7.3 points per game. All right. Let's go beat Nebraska. We're favored by 8. I'm pretty sure we have visitors coming for this one. Yes. Fairly important visitor here, this cornerback. Let's give him a good show. Nebraska owns this beating. Let's change that record, shall we? It's heads. We will defer to second half. Here we go. First and 10. Second 11. Third and 15. Nebraska's punting. Offensive coordinator wants to put it in the hands of our running backs right off the bat. I agree. Let's run it down their throats. Screen, you say. And now you're changing up to the passing game. An end around on 3rd and 3. I can't let that one happen. Sorry. And we've been stopped. 34-yard field goal. It's good. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 4. Punt. Okay. Sweep on 1st and 10. All right. Touchdown. Very nice. We're up 10-0 on Nebraska. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10. 4th and 10. Good punting. We're off to the races. Play action on 3rd and 5, fullback dive. Yeah, let's keep playing physical football. What is it with you in the end arounds, offensive coordinator? No. "19-yard field goal, 4th and goal." All right. 3 points is better than no points. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 4, 4th and 4. Nope. We have running backs for a reason. We have running backs for a reason. I believe in our running backs. Fourth down conversion. 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 9, 4th and 3. Really? It's a long 3. 55 yards is a long field goal. This is that point where a punt gets us like not really much of a net gain. It's a long 3. We're gonna go with the hitches. 4th down conversion. Put it in the hands of the guys who got us here. Touchdown. Okay, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 7. Wow. Hello. Amazing field position. 30 seconds left in the half. We are cooking with I don't know, jet engine fuel. Touchdown. We missed the extra point. Well, that's too bad. 2nd and 1, 1st 10. Okay, time's up on the first half. 26-0 Nebraska. We're pitching a shutout here. And we get the ball starting off. In fact, let's chew clock. I don't want to give them any opportunities to change the situation here. We fumbled the ball. Of course we did. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8, 1st and 10, 2nd and 12, 3rd and 13. 46-yard field goal. A squad like Nebraska could have a good kicker. They made the field goal. They're on the board. All right, 3rd and 9. We're punting. We've got them deep. 2nd and 4, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 1st and 10, 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. They're punting. Okay, play action. Good gain. All right. Excellent. Touchdown. All right, it's the end of the 3rd quarter. It's 33-3. Interception. We have the ball in good field position. First and 10, second and 7, first and 10, second and 3, third and 6, first and 10, second and 10, first and 10, second and 3, third and 2, first and 10, second and 10, third and 10, fourth and 10. Okay. Let's run out this game, shall we? Play action, nice. Ooh. Yeah, no. We're not kneeling it. We're running the ball. Fullback dive strong. Third and goal. Touchdown. That's the game. 39-3 win over ranked number 24 Nebraska. I think we just made a statement. I think our fan base is probably going through the roof right now, and sadly, we are overrated dramatically. There is tons of hype developing around our squad right now, and we're about to be coming into the hard portion of our schedule where we're going to be facing some very serious squads. And so that hype is probably going to start to drain rapidly as we start having our pride wounded. Okay, no big injuries, please. We're just probably going to leave him right where he is in the starting lineup. Though it's too bad he's injured. Yeah, it's too bad he's injured, but we're going to leave him right where he's at. Right, Northwestern. One more winnable game before the scary stretch starts. Okay, longest win streak of 5 games. We've accomplished this. 3 fourth down conversions of the 5. 7 points. We've accomplished that. 1266 rush yards. We're in week 5 at 1266. So we're basically a little over halfway, and we are about to play in the halfway mark. So we're on schedule to accomplish that. Though it's going to get harder against the defenses we're going to be facing here in the second half of the season. Right, Ohio's still 5-0. Wisconsin and Northwestern are both still 2-1 in the conference. So interesting. 1-2 in the conference. 1-2 in the conference. 3-0 and 3-0 in the conference. 2-1 and 2-1 in the conference and 2-1 in the conference. I think the East is really out of the running for the conference. It's likely going to come down to USC and Ohio State. But it would be nice if we could sneak into USC's position and we could fight for the conference championship. But I'm still hesitant about the second 6 games in the season. Didn't you just come watch us? You watched us beat Nebraska, and we're still not number 1 in your choice. Well, that's frustrating. Alright, some of these guys are fairly important recruits that we need to win, so we might have to start thinking about okay, their visit is week 11, so I'm not going to get too concerned about this one yet. Visit is week 8 against Michigan. We'll relook at this one after the Michigan game. Again, the running back and the wide receiver are just wishes. I'm not going to throw nil at them. If we can't win them outright, they were just on the wish list anyway. So if we don't get them, it's not a huge loss. But we need to get the people we need to get. And this cornerback here is one of those people that we need to get. And we're not his favorite after he just watched us beat Nebraska. That concerns me. I think we're going to have to throw some nil at him. Does he like nil? He does like nil. I hate guys that like nil. What do I like about you? You're durable. You're talented. mean, there's a fair amount to like about you. Alright, we're going to give them less nil because we're down 200 points. And I'm a cheapskate. Okay, Northwestern. We should beat Northwestern. But remember what happened last year against Indiana, who were arguably the weakest team in the Big Ten at the time, and we straight up got smoked by them. Northwestern, talent-wise, isn't looking like one of the strongest Big Ten teams. I would be a little sad if we got smoked by Northwestern. We're going to leave the game plan as it's been. How's League News shaping up? Nothing said about our win against Nebraska? That is who we just played, right? Golden Gophers remain undefeated. Minnesota defeated Nebraska in Minneapolis, winning 39-3. The Golden Gophers passed for 162 yards and rushed for 332 more, and their defense held the Cornhuskers to just 120 total yards. The number 9 ranked Golden Gophers moved to 5-0 in the season, while the Cornhuskers fell to 3-2 with the loss. Are we seriously number 9 ranked right now? We are. We're just a little bit overrated. Wisconsin edges out UCLA. Well, that's a big win for Wisconsin. Still no love for our players here. Anybody? Our fullback. Our fullback is on the list because he's gotten a bunch of touchdowns this year. And we have a freshman wide receiver who's on the list here. Okay. So we're not completely being shut out. And how about defensive players? I mean, certainly I clicked on the defensive players, didn't I? I did, but we don't have anyone. Okay, so Ohio State's playing Purdue. We're playing Northwestern. We are so overranked right now. We got the number 3 defense. That's nice. We're favored by 17. Any visitors? Matchup history. Northwestern wins the toss. Northwestern is elected to receive the ball. Second and 3, first and 10, second and 10, third and 10. Right. End around, huh? It worked. 4th and 1. 49-yard field goal, or 4th and 1. Goal line. Big run. Oh my God. QB Hudson Gibson's pass intercepted by cornerback Miles Brown returned 66 yards to the Minnesota 15-yard line. We went from being in scoring position to them being in scoring position. Alright, defense, 2nd and 4. 3rd and 5. 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal. At least we held them to a field goal. Alright, Northwestern's on the board first. 3-0. We missed the field goal? Okay, it's going to be one of those games. 1st and 10. Fumble. Can we capitalize on this fumble? Touchdown. Second and 7. Interception. End around. Touchdown. Trevin Bunch. Okay. Did we just miss an extra point? We did, didn't we? 3rd and 6. 4th and 6. Okay, 32-yarder. That's good. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8, 4th and 11. Touchdown. Second and 7, 3rd and 1. Excuse me. 1st and 10. Clock is out on this first half. We're up on Northwestern 23-3. Fourth and 2. Fourth and 2. Converted. Yard field goal. That's good. Second and 8, 3rd and 8, 4th and 10. There we go. No. No QB sneaky stuff. Running backs for a reason. Let them run the ball. Touchdown. Third and 6, 4th and 6. Play action. Touchdown. Wow, you're too good of a kicker to be missing all these extra points. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 13, 4th and 13, 10, 2nd and 6, and around. Alright, 46-yarder, missed. Well, if you can't make an extra point, why would you make a 46-yarder? I guess you're being consistent this game. Alright, let clock run out. That'll end the game. It's 3-39. 281 yards rushing, 177 yards passing. We dominated the time of possession. We dominated Northwestern. We are now 6-0 on the year. And did we avoid bad injuries? Right, we're now the number 7 ranked team. Nobody was visiting that game. We have a new injury. Our Studley offensive lineman is going to have to learn to play with an injury. And we have a defensive lineman who has recovered. Alright, points ahead estimate. Still 3 weeks till the tight end's back. Right, 6-0 Ohio State, 6-0 Minnesota. Wisconsin is still keeping in striking distance. Three and one in conference, 3-1 in conference. Michigan 3-1 in conference. Our old team has somebody in the talking. Ohio State remains undefeated against Purdue. Minnesota dominates on the ground. Wisconsin edges out Illinois. UCLA beat Nebraska. Penn State over Maryland. Michigan over Indiana. No, Indiana over Michigan. Well, that's interesting. What's happening over in our old conference? Stephen Dickens is still... Oh, he's injured, it looks like. I didn't think he would still be around. And it says he's a junior? He played for me. And I've been playing for Minnesota now for 2 years. So... he was a freshman when he was... Oh, he was freshman of the year, wasn't he? He was. And in the runnings for being player of the year. Alright, Northern Illinois is pretty much owning over here. 48-7 over Akron. Alright, that's going to be a rough game coming up against them. I was hoping they'd be a little bit weaker since, well, since I'm no longer managing them. Alright, we've got a bye week, thankfully. That might help some of our injuries. Well, nobody's going to be coming back after the bye week, but it'll help. Okay, we're number 7 ranked going into the bye week. This is going to be one of those strange bye weeks where we increase in rank. Which would actually make sense if we remain one of the only undefeated teams. But when you go up when you're not undefeated, that's when it doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, no change. They threw more nil at him. The bastards. Michigan. All right, first big game of the year. Well, Nebraska was the first big game of the year, but this is a key game here, I think. No depth chart to adjust, no game plan to adjust. Okay, we've accomplished those goals. We're still on the way, I think, on this one. Beating Wisconsin will never be easy, I don't think. Longest wish streak of 6 games. This game is looking winnable. They have some key players who are injured. Defensive line. We're a running team. Their defensive line is injured. That's good for us, actually. You think? Yeah, I think so. Let's see what we can do. So we have visitors at this ball game. A couple of key recruits. This wide receiver would like to see us win, I'm sure. This linebacker. The running back. Yeah, all key recruits here. We haven't beaten Michigan yet. See if we can change that. Michigan makes calls, tails is the call. Michigan wins the toss. Michigan is elected to defer to the second half. It is raining. Now hopefully, since we've established a run game, this rain is going to benefit us. End around, huh? Outside run. Out back stretch. Let's go. Nice. .48-yard field goal in the rain. Uh, 60% shot, 6 in 10 shot of making this. Our kicker who loves to miss extra points. I'm wondering if he can make a 48-yarder in the rain. Of course he can, because he misses the easy ones, but he makes the extremely hard ones, right? That's what's going to happen. Field goal good. Okay. 2nd and 13, 3rd and 15, 4th and 15. Two play actions failed. Outside run. There we go. No. Keep it out of the air. Keep it on the ground. They're going to stop us. They're going to stop us on the ground. If they can't stop us on the ground, we're going to continue to run until they finally can. Fourth and goal. Ranked game against a very good Michigan team. 4th and goal. Do I believe in my run game? I do. Do I believe in my run game so much I'm willing to go for it against Michigan? Yes, because if I can't make it, I still have a chance of getting a safety. Really? Against Michigan, you're going to use that philosophy? You're damn right I am. Okay. Goal line. Go get it. Touchdown. Elias Burns with his umpteenth touchdown of the year. Extra point is good. We pissed off their kick returner. He decided to take it to our 36-yard line. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 5. 1st and goal. Touchdown. Michigan says, do not count us out of this ball game quite yet. Alright, well, Michigan, you have to stop our run game. We are going to continue to run it down your throat until you finally stop us like you're doing right now. So, rather than a play action pass being suggested, since we've done nothing but run the entire game, the game decides, why would you want a play action pass in this situation? No good. Punting. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 7, 4th and 3. Okay. Run the ball. Run the ball. We are uno-dimensional. We are allowing ourselves to be uno-dimensional. Outside run. Oh, look at that. Evidently, we're running too much. What about an inside run? Okay, well, inside run it is. Nothing. Punting. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 4, 4th and 4. It's a tie ball game, folks. And we went nowhere. 4th and 8. Second and 6, 3rd and 5, 1st and 10, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7. Ten seconds left. 58-yard field goal. 20% chance of making a 58-yard field goal. Do we have any timeouts left? I think we have one. Can we make a very short pass and get a timeout in? I don't like a 58-yard field goal. I'd like a shorter one. We can't call a timeout? Why not? Evidently, we didn't have a timeout. Okay. I screwed that up, evidently. First and 10, second and 10, third and 11, fourth and 11. Play action, please. Play action. Play action. Curls. Now back to the ground. Evidently we have to be a little bit more balanced of an offense. Fourth and 1. Do we come away with 3 points, or do we go for 7? We come away with 3 points, and we missed it. Okay. Third and 3. And we're punting. Second and 10, third and 9, second and 7, third and 2, fumble, end around, play action again, play action again, punting for us, touchback, second and 12, third and 2, second and 9, first and 10, second and 3, third and 1, first and 10, second and 12, third and 7, punt, oh fuck, fourth and 5, they've scored a field goal. Alright, this is where we need our run game to carry us. Play action passes, please. Medium pass. There we go. Now let's run it down their throat. Touchdown. Second and 9. Third and 11. Fourth and 11. Here we go. Big fourth down. I want some play action. They're obviously playing the run hard right now. Really? Kick curls? Interception, son of a... 2nd and 6. 3rd and 6. 1st and 10. 2nd and 12. 3rd and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 5. 1st and 10. 2nd and 4. 3rd and 1. 1st and 10. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 9. Touchdown. They're up by 3. 1 minute left. We have all our timeouts. Nowhere. Oh, son of a... Okay, big 4th down. Big play. 42-yarder. Uh, 3 and 4 chance of him making it. He better frickin' make it. Oh my god. Well, like I said, these 6 games were gonna be a bitch, and game 1 of these 6 games just went the way I figured. Man, that just takes the wind out of your sails, man. Good thing is it was a very, very, very close game against another ranked team, so the hype might still persist because people can explain away the rain caused us to, miss the important field goal at the end of the game. If it wasn't for the rain, it would have went into overtime, and Minnesota probably would have won because they were the better team. Yeah, that's what the fans are saying right now. You played in a certified classic. This was an important one for recruiting. Didn't turn out so well for us. Right, he's probably going to play on his injury then. So he was playing on his injury. And now our defensive lineman is more than likely going to do the same thing. Yes, he's going to play on his injury. Right, recruiting. That hurt our recruiting prospects. We needed that win for recruiting purposes. Now we might actually have to spend nil. I don't want to spend nil. That loss might have cost us money. Alright, which of these guys do we need? We need the tight end. Was he at that game? No, he wasn't. Okay, well, we need this cornerback. He wasn't at that game either. Wisconsin's just been throwing nil at our guy, so we'll throw a little more nil at him. Okay, he was. You're a wide receiver, though. Not spending money on the wide receiver. We're not spending money on the running back. Linebacker, we're barely ahead. Defensive line, we're barely ahead. Okay, well, we'll go with what it is. Alright, Illinois, a fairly important game. We need to come away with a win here. Okay, tight end's coming back next week. Defensive lineman's coming back next week. We'll be fairly healthy next week. This week we just need to make it past Illinois. Alright, let's look at how did that affect the big picture. We are now 4-1 in the conference. We're tied with Wisconsin for 4-1. We don't necessarily control our destiny anymore. Well, we do control our destiny. If we beat Wisconsin, we should still at least win our bracket. USC is 4-1. We're 4-1, 6-1, 6-1. Ohio State is still undefeated. Right. Needless to say, every game is important at this point. So into another important game against Illinois. Actually, before we do that, let's go to league news. Certainly, there was something to be said about that game. Thriller in Minneapolis. Michigan defeated Minnesota 20-17 in a classic matchup. The Wolverines passed for 174 yards and rushed for 125 more. Although they were outgained by their opponent, Michigan moved to 5-2 and a number 13 ranking in the latest poll, while the number 11 ranked Golden Gophers fell to 6-1. Elias Burns is number 4 in the Big Ten. Alright, play game. We're favored by 19 over Illinois. We need to get healthy. Heads is the call. Heads it is. Illinois wins the toss. Illinois is elected to defer to the second half. Playing ball. Alright, we're off. Sorry, offensive coordinator, but really? Second and 4, first and 10, second 11, third and 3, fourth and 3. Turnover on downs. Touchdown. Punt. Fourth and 2. Second and 9. First and 10. Second and 3. Third and 1. First and 10. Second and 9. Third and 6. First and goal. Second and goal. Extra point. No, I have faith in this team's ability to run the ball. Inside run, right off the gut. Fourth and 1. How much faith do I have in this team? I have lots of faith. You have that much faith? I do. Touchdown. And punt. Second and 3, first and 10. Second and 3, 11, first and 10, second and 10, first and 10, second and 10, first and goal, second and goal, third and goal, field goal. What just happened? End of the half. Okay. Second and 12, third and 11, fourth and 11. Let's play ball. Field goal. Second and 10, third and 5, first and 10, second and 10, third and 4, fourth and 5. The clock ran out on the third quarter. No. Touchdown. Third and 8. Fourth and 6. What? We have running backs for a reason. Touchdown. Third and 2, first and 10, second 11, third and 15, fourth and 15. No, we need to keep running. We have donor goals to accomplish this year. Inside run. Um, 18 seconds left. Timeout. Outside run, halfback stretch. 11 seconds left. Timeout. Inside run, right up the gut. Timeout. 5 seconds left, huh? Yardage for stats or a field goal? Yardage for stats. Outside run, halfback stretch. Let's go. 256 rush yards, 168 pass yards, 424 total yards. We beat Illinois. We're staying in contention for the conference. And we should be getting healthy, as injuries should be clearing up. And no new ones, please.
Connection lost.
No new ones, please. Game's like, sure, we will take out your anchor of your secondary. Maybe the most important player you have on your defense. Yeah, we're going to take him out for this season. And we'll also give a pretty major injury to your wide receiver core. But you can have your tight end back. Thanks, game. Right. I don't even know who to look at first. Wide receivers. No, you need to be out of the rotation. Alright, well, we're going to move you up. Since our key wide receiver was taken out, we're going to give you an opportunity to step in and prove you're worth something. Thankfully, we have pretty good backups. Tight end, defensive line. On playing time, you were injured, dude. Quit your whining. You're intentionally put here. Right, you're healthy now, right? Okay, so those are cleared up. That's been dealt with. Corner? He's playing on his injury. Okay, everything looks good then. Recruiting. How much do we want this wide receiver? I mean, he's getting paid. He really likes his nil too. Alright, we'll give him some. This is going to be a hard game. Who's Michigan State lost to this year? Tennessee, UCLA, and Illinois. Well, the Illinois loss is a little odd. Who have they beaten? Really haven't beaten anyone worth a damn. Yeah, they haven't. They've lost to people worth a damn. Illinois arguably is worth a damn. Maybe their best win was Iowa? Or Maryland? Well, they've got a similar end of the year schedule to us. They get to face Ohio State and Penn State. All right. We got a Michigan State that needs to prove something. And we're trying to hold on to our season. Here we go. Visitors? Are there visitors watching this? Yeah, a bunch for Michigan State. I don't think any of these are our guys. Alright, so we've beaten a ranked Nebraska, but we've lost to a ranked Michigan. This will be... Wait, Michigan State's not ranked. Well, that sucks, because they're certainly the talent of a ranked team. So we're going to lose to an unranked team here, probably. Okay, we'll defer to second half. Play ball. Rain is here. Could be a good thing. Second and 7, third and 4, first and 10, first and 10, second and 9, third and 9, fourth and 10, punt. Okay, we're going straight up to chew clock from the get-go. In the rain. It's good. Second and 4, third and 9, first and 10, second and 5, first and 10, second and 13, ouch, first and 10, second and 1, touchdown. Missed the extra point. Well, that was kind of a big miss, actually. We're punting. Third and 6, first and 10, first and 10, second and 10, third and 7, fourth and 7. We're punting. Punt, return, fumble. We've got good field position here. Can we capitalize? Touchdown. Second and 10, third and 10, first and 10, second and 10, first and 10, second and 1, third and 1, fourth and 2, conversion, first and 10, second and 4, first and 10, second and 4, third and 4, made the field goal, it's 10-9, end of the second half. Alright, well, let's let the clock run out. touchdown. Second and 10, third and 2, first and 10, second and 6, first and 10, second and 3, third and 1, fourth and 2, fourth down conversion, first and 10, first and 10, second and 10, first and goal, touchdown, 17-16. All right, this is a big one for the season, guys. Fourth down conversion. An end around here. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. No. Touchdown. Oh, what the hell just happened? Minnesota kickoff. Just when I thought we were getting some breathing room, this happens. Failed 2-point conversion. You really want to run this play. Missed. Of course. Oh, that was a big miss. First and 10. Second and 10. Third and 10. Big down here. Fourth and 10. Come on, guys. Turnover on downs. We're kneeling it. I'm not messing around against Michigan State. Let the clock run out. Didn't get that many rush yards this game, but we did get a win over Michigan State. That was a game I wasn't counting on getting a win. Big win. Very big win. A 1 week major injury to a linebacker. Our corner is back. Okay. I think you were playing on your injury. I don't think I have to move you. Yeah, you were playing on your injury. Okay, 2 1-week injuries. Linebacker. Northern Illinois. Interesting game. Interesting point in the season. 9-0 Northern Illinois. They're undefeated. USC is 8-1. Wisconsin got a loss. Big loss. Who beat Wisconsin? Northwestern. Thank you, Northwestern. Alright, let's go to recruiting. What is going on here? Did they offer him more nil? They must have. Fine. Alright, so this is the game that the tight end has been waiting around on. This game is pretty important for our recruiting. Right, we plan to rush the football, and we plan, look at this, Northern Illinois' defense is nickel balanced zone. That's different. We're going to stop the run. We know Northern Illinois has a great running back. We trained him personally. So if we can shut down said great running back, this is a battle of two great running teams right here. Who can outrun who is the question. Northern Illinois is number 2 in yards per game. Didn't we lock in practice focus? Rushing, stop the run, lock in focus, practice it up. Okay. All right, we have a clashing here. Great defense versus great offense. What's the league got to say about this? Certainly there's some news about what's about to happen here. Northern Illinois looks to stay unbeaten. The number 9 Golden Gophers take on the number 13 Huskies this week in Minneapolis in a ranked matchup. The two teams are fairly even matched talent-wise, but Northern Illinois has the statistical edge this season. Ball control is a strength for Minnesota as they hold the ball for an average of 36 minutes per game. So there's the running back we have to deal with. 93 overall. All right, here we go. Favors NIU's defensive talent. Favors NIU's defensive talent. Pass protection's even. Favors NIU's offensive talent. We have the 3.5 point advantage with the odds makers. NIU has the talent matchup. And a lot of important visitors are watching this game. We take on our old team. We take on our old defensive coordinator as a head coach. Alright, it's tails. Northern Illinois wins the toss. Northern Illinois is elected to receive the ball. It's raining. Honestly, that could favor them. Here we go. 2nd and 6. 1st and 10. Stephen Dickens with a 14-yard rush. 3-yard rush for Stephen Dickens. QB Maddox weak pass to wide receiver Rolando Meyer falls incomplete. 4th and 7. Here we go. Not sure I like that play. 30-yard field goal. It's good. We're on the board first. First and 10. Second and 7. Third and 10. Fourth and 10. All right. Clock run out of the quarter. None of this craziness. Can't we just have a run play? Outside run, halfback stretch. 32-yard field goal. It's good. Second and 3. Third and 3. First and 10. Second and 5. First and 10. Second and 9. Third and 3. Punt. Okay. "48-yarder in the rain." No. We're punting at 48 yards. Touchback, of course. Third and 4. Fourth and 4. Nope. Punt again. Second and 1. First and 10. First and 10. First and 10. Second and 10. Third and 10. First and goal. Second and goal. Third and goal. Field goal. That's the end of the half. 6-3. Punting. Second and 2. First and 10. First and 10. Second and 4. Third and 6. Fourth and 6. Punting. First and 10. Second and 10. Third and 11. Fourth and 11. No. Outside run. Fourth and 4. Punt. Second and 9. First and 10. Second and 10. First and goal. Touchdown. Right, offense, we need to get angry here. Touchdown. We're back ahead 13-10 versus our old team. Second and 10. Third and 7. First and 10. Second and 8. Third and 1. Fourth and 1. Punt. Third and 5. First and 10. First and 10. Touchdown. I don't like that. Ooh, good return. Good field position. Can we capitalize on it? No. Second and 4. First and 10. Second and 3. Second and 10. Third and 5. Field goal defense. 49-yarder in the rain. No good. First and 10. Play action. Oh, no. Short pass. All hitches. 4th and 2. Oh boy. Touchdown. Right, we're up 3 with 46 seconds left against our old team. In a ranked 9 versus ranked 13 clash of best defense versus best offense. Is the defense going to come out on top? 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10. Interception. We can't kneel on it? Evidently not. Well, let's run it then. Alright, field goal it is. Four seconds left. We beat Northern Illinois. I'm proud of my squad. Granted, I did schedule that game, and I wasn't expecting Northern Illinois to be as strong as they are. Yeah, Northern Illinois is still doing great things without me as coach. Although, we're now 9-1 on the season. This season is a success. No doubt about it. No matter how you slice it, we have outperformed my expectations of this season. Are we going to win a conference championship against Ohio State? Probably not. Am I happy with where we are right now? Absolutely. That's the types of visit results we want to see. That was a big game for recruiting right there. Oh, and that was a classic even. All right. And we're healthy again. Wide receiver and linebacker. Five targeted recruits committed last week. Why didn't I see that? Okay. he was waiting on this game. He was waiting on that game, and that game just barely got him over to our side. Alright. Big win there. We needed that tight end. All right. There's still an Oregon visit. We'll throw 100K more at you, but no more. What happened here? Arizona State is really trying to take this player from us. You watched us lose to Michigan. You're a C linebacker. We need 4 linebackers. We actually need this guy. Right, well, he's narrowly ahead of us, so let's toss 200K nil at him. That'll be $1 million nil we're spending across 3 recruits. Don't tend to like to use nil if I can avoid it, but it looks like we're going to. Oh, assign our pitches, please. Everybody gets a pitch, with a few pitches left over. USC, wow. From one big game to another big game. You know what? Our tight end's back, right? Let's get him the ball. He is back, right? I did set him, yes. Okay, so how are we doing on our promises? We accomplished him. He's at 62% of snaps, so I think we've accomplished the tight end. Safety, 53%. Yeah, we've accomplished that. We've accomplished that. We have accomplished that. Okay, we've accomplished all of our promises for the year. We have our rush yards. So we've accomplished all donor goals except for beating Wisconsin. So as far as I'm concerned, this year has been a complete success. Honestly, we could lose this game against USC, and I don't think it would change the course of this season in my mind at all. Because we're not going to beat Ohio State. So it doesn't matter if we beat USC. It really doesn't. If we look at this, basically what's going to happen here. If we beat USC, well, then we get the honor of losing to Ohio State in the championship game for the Big Ten, which is cool. I wouldn't mind having the honor of being the team that gets to lose to Ohio State in the championship for the Big Ten. That would definitely be an honor. However, if USC wins this game, they get to lose to Ohio State in the championship game for the Big Ten. So this is a pretty key game coming up. I'm not going to lie. This will determine who plays Ohio State for the Big Ten championship. But either way, it's a foregone conclusion probably that Ohio State's going to win it all. So whether we win or lose this, our season is pretty much the same thing. So either we go, what is it? We are currently 9-1. So if we win this, we go 10-1. If we beat Wisconsin, 11-1. So either we go 11-1 or we go 10-2. Maybe 10-3 if we fail, or maybe 9-3 if we fail against Wisconsin. But 9-3 to 11-1. Between 11-1 and 9-3, the season's pretty much the same result. We've accomplished all of our goals. We made it all pretty much to the same place. I know it's a strange way of looking at it. We are currently number 6 in the nation. We're playing number 5 in the nation. We should be excited to possibly be playing for a national championship. And I know it's a defeatist attitude to be like, yeah, we're going to lose to Ohio State. But I mean, let's be real here. Honestly, if we're real here, we're going to lose to USC. USC has a huge talent advantage on us. USC might actually have a shot at beating Ohio State, honestly. The game I'm really more concerned with is the Wisconsin game. That's a rivalry that pays us some nil. If we can beat Wisconsin, that would be awesome. The USC game, however, is going to be, well, I guess for bragging rights, but yeah, we've done what we've set out to do in this season. I think we've reached the pinnacle of our season, basically. At this point, it's just how much are we going to smash our heads against the wall. Anyway, this is probably where we're going to wrap up this episode. We have 2 games left in the season. A huge game versus USC that will probably determine who plays in the Big Ten Conference Championship. And then a very important game against Wisconsin that will determine how much money we get from our donors. And money is always good. Anyway, I am James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please smash that like button, consider subscribing, and until the next time, all, peace.